would say here when I called roll at the beginning, and then you just left. I had no idea where you went. Your name was up there on the screen. No, some of you were still there. I mean, Hasib, I could always count on talking with Hasib when the rest of you were here. From coming back and that crazy energy when we first came back and we first all saw each other, and then combining the two classes into one classroom. Salam and Abel, you guys probably remember this, first day of class. So Salam comes running into class and grabs the seat that she always sat in the year before, right? The year before. And it just happened to be the same seat that Abel had always sat in. So Abel comes in and he's, Abel's all. And looking at Salam like, that's my seat. And I say, yeah, Abel, just sit down. He goes, that's my seat. And I said, does it have your name on it? And he said, yes, it does. And I said, okay, so stand up. And I said, Salam, stand up. And I picked up the desk and I moved it over and I said, okay, it still has your name on it. Sit there. But yeah, a lot of challenges with combining the class, the different energies that your classes had, the different things that all of you brought. We mixed those together, and it was difficult at first. I could tell that you guys really had, and you worked hard at it, but you had difficulty making that work. We had the challenges of new staff that we had to accommodate, new staff that we had to work with, and so a lot of things really challenge us, but here you guys are. Okay, you made it through the semester, you made it through this year, and in flying colors. You guys are awesome. Okay. I want to echo something that Mr. Naji said, and that is, set your goals. And I say it a little bit different. With all the papers that we wrote in class this year, remember what I did first? I always put up an example of what that end paper was going to look like. No matter how many steps, how many stages we had to go through, I put that up there. And it's because I believe very firmly that you need to start with the end in mind. Set your goals. If you start with the end in mind, this is what I want things to look like, then you backfill the spaces, you do your task and time management list. This is what I have to do in order to get to that ideal picture. Start with the end in mind. So as you start this journey, this summer, start thinking about what you want that end to be like. There are a number of ends, but let's say the end is, I want to be graduated in 4 years. I want to be graduated in 3 years from college. Okay, what's it going to take to do that? So you envision that, and then you do your backfill. You backfill all the things that you need to do. And you put down those tasks, you put down the time that it has to be done, and then you do it. Okay? Adil, that's kind of like the Adil rule, isn't it? Okay? You set those goals, but we made up a rule for Adil because Adil, and I believe him, works best at the last minute. I used to always say that about myself too. You guys, I know I told you this. I used to say, I work best at the last minute. And I realized I had never tried any other way. Okay? So Adil, try another way. So what Adil asked me to do was, could you make small assignments so I feel the adrenaline early? And so we did that. So my Adil rule now is from now on, I'm going to start little goals. Okay, give me the title of your paper. I'll give you 10 points. Yeah, write me a thesis statement. I'll give you 10 points. Okay, so those small goals for you, you're not going to have to put that pressure on yourselves. Okay, that's what life is about. Life is about setting those goals, starting with the end in mind, and putting those tasks in place. That kind of brings me to the point of thinking about the fact that, live life like you're almost at the end of it. Okay, and that's kind of harsh, but live life like time is running out, because time does run out. And I remember 51 years ago, I was sitting in your seat. 51 years ago. And actually, funny story, I almost wasn't. Okay, Tom and I went surfing the morning of graduation, and we got stuck on the Newport Freeway with like about 15 minutes to get to our graduation, so we almost didn't make it. But anyway, 51 years ago, I sat where you are. And right now, I turn around at 69 years old, I turn around, and it was like that. Like that, it went. Remember your freshman year? I would ask a question, I'd wait for you to ask it, or to answer it, and I'd look at my wrist, and I'd tap my make-believe watch, and I'd say, hey guys, I only have 20 years left, let's go. Hey, 4 years later, it's only 4 years later. If I ask you a question now and I'm waiting for you 4 years later, what am I gonna say? Come on guys, I only have 16 years left. Time goes by like that. Don't let it go by without accomplishing the things you want to accomplish. Do it. See what it is you want. See the things you have to do to get there. do it. And part of that is not just achieving things, achieving goals, but there's this thing called greatness. And greatness comes from a number of things. And you guys know, and Dan, everybody I talk to knows that my mom was this walking textbook of Mom 101. And she had all these adages, all these things that she told me that really added value to my life. One of the things was about greatness. And she always said that the measure of greatness is how much you change the lives of every single person you meet, every single person you talk to. Miss P gives me a bad time because I talk to everybody. And a lot of it has to do with this. Because my mom challenged me. She said, Stephen, as you go through life, every single person you talk to, make that person's life better. So think about that. Okay, so what does that mean? That means you go to the grocery store and you're standing at the checkout line and the clerk is scanning things. Do you just stand there and watch him, watch her? No. Hey, how's your day going? How soon do you get off work? I mean, you know, not putting the moves on the cashier or anything, but able. Okay. Somebody drops something, bend over, pick it up. Somebody's behind you coming through the door. You stand there an extra second, hold the door. That makes people's lives better. Every single person you come in contact with, make their lives better. That's my challenge to you. Okay? Not just the start with the end in mind, not just the setting the goals, but be the best person you can be. Achieve greatness by impacting the lives of everyone in your life. And not just those people close to you, but those people you just see walking out on the street, those people you see in the store, those people you see, sweeping floors. Make their lives better. Talk with them. Say hi. Ask them how their day's gone. I know you guys are on your way to greatness, and the way I know that is because of how you have impacted my life. Each and every one of you, I could tell you a story of how you have impacted my life, and I won't put everybody through that. But I think that looking back, each one of you could think about and say how you have impacted my life. And I can only hope that I've impacted yours as much as you've impacted mine. So thank you guys very much. Next, I would like to invite up Paragon of the Salon.